Welcome to The Collective, powered by MMP. The ideas presented here are intended to assist in developing a strong and profitable business for Amway IBOs affiliated with Markham Productions. For the calendar year 2023, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the Founders Platinum level and below was $841 before expenses. See www.amway.com/income-disclosure for details and the most up-to-date information. Earnings depend on many factors, including customer base, business experience, effort, dedication, and quality and performance of the downline sales team. Enjoy the following message.
So I am excited to bring up our wrap-up speaker for the night. And it is great because he truly is a visionary. It is someone who truly has their finger on the pulse of an organization to know what is needed to change and grow. Earlier this year and last year, he preached a lot about attitude, right? And attitude and belief is the core things that we need to grow ourselves and be successful in anything, but especially this business. And more recently, he's been talking about raising our standards. So we have someone in this room that you're about to hear from who has influence over the entire organization. So guys, really focus in because this is going to be a great talk. So please get to your feet and help me welcome to the front of the room, Mr. Sean.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Doing good? Thanks for the intro, Danny. That was very kind, and I appreciate it. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about something that can kill not just an organization, but your own self-belief in the business. And it's something that I would say most people underestimate. It is something that can act like a cancer in an organization, and if we don't catch it, it'll spread too far, and then we can't stop it. Then you have to start over. And that's like the last thing that we want to do. The greatest threat or any external pressure isn't just I would say, the environment that we're in. It's more so the people that are in the environment that we're in. And there's a concept in the military that they talk about friendly fire. And friendly fire is blue on blue. It's when, somebody on the same side, the same team, injures, wounds, kills somebody on the same team. And it's like one of the biggest no-nos. It's it's so detrimental. Because imagine being in a position where you're causing harm to your brother or sister. Yes, it's unintentional, but it probably could have been prevented. And in our business, we have a sense of a friendly fire that can happen to us. Every day that we go out there and we decide that we're going to build the business and we're going to have the conversations, we're going to talk to the people on our team, talk to our coach, even talk to the different people that are strangers. We could have a bad attitude. And that bad attitude is friendly fire. And being part of a team, being in the military, the last thing that you want to do is be the reason why the team doesn't have belief in themselves or the organization. And we think that attitude doesn't play that big of a role. But to me, in my opinion, attitude is one of the driving factors outside of the work that you need to do to build this business through your customers with your 60% VCS and building a network. Your attitude, I think, is going to be one of those things that help you succeed or progress in those two areas better. And again, that's just my opinion. That's what I think is, for me, or what I believe. And it's an invisible toxin. You can't see it. Everything looks good on the outside, even when you could kind of have a good smile. There's plenty of people that I know, and myself included at times, have put on a smile, walked into a room, it looks like you're feeling like $1 million. But deep down inside, you're upset, you're angry, you're frustrated, and that starts to come out a little bit in the conversations that you have with people in the room. And for myself, I'm personally sponsored, Kay and I are personally sponsored by Anthony and Callan Spark, and the last thing that we ever wanted to do was be the reason why part of their organization lost belief. We didn't want to be the cause of that friendly fire. We didn't want to be that person that ruins the morale of the team. We didn't want to be pessimistic. I always say your attitude and your belief are the two most important things because I think when you walk into a room, those days that you don't feel good in yourself, you don't have the self-belief or the self-image maybe when you're inside a room at a board plan or at a team event, whatever the case may be, somebody can pour their attitude onto you and just hopefully it's a good attitude, right? Because the last thing you want to do is walk into an environment where you're already feeling down and somebody comes at you and they're down and they're expressing it to you. Shoot, you could just knock that person out of the business. Especially, in our first few weeks, in our first year or so in the business, maybe 2 years, as you're building, you may not see the results that you thought you would have. But that's okay. But you know what's not okay? Is when you feel like you don't have the results that you thought you would have by this point in time, or you think you should be further along, having somebody come up to you or being in an environment that's so negative, that doesn't just make you lose belief in the business, it makes you lose belief in yourself. Because if you're already not succeeding what you deem to be success in the business, and somebody's spreading negative or that invisible toxin in an organization, that will make you leave the business, but also make you feel like, man, I couldn't even do that. And that's the last thing that Kay and I wanted to do for anybody in our organization, let alone for Anthony and Callan. We just wanted to be the beacon of hope for Anthony and Callan, and for Tony, and for Vinny and Dana. An offhanded comment could be one of those things. It could be talking maybe like you're bummed out about something with a product and you're sharing that with different people in the organization. That happens to be one of their favorite products. Spreading that negative, that's friendly fire. It could be, when you're walking into, let's just say, a one-on-one session with your coach, and your coach, imagine sitting with the person that's here to help you build this business, and they have a poor attitude, and they're having a really bad day, and you're going into this meeting, and maybe you're doing a budget, or you're going over your customers, or you're learning how to report your VCS, and they're just speaking negative to you about not just the business, about their life. What does that do? Is that somebody you want to be around? I never wanted to be the person that was going to cause that feeling in somebody. The intangible stuff about this is that you don't really realize how many relationships are intertwined in an organization. In this room tonight, you have 3 different parts of our organization here. So imagine Darian coming in from outside of the New Jersey team, coming into here, and just starting speaking negative to Mac or somebody. But imagine that. You just worked so hard to build this team, to launch a new partner, to have somebody here that's on their strong start incentive, and then you have somebody that is not even affiliated with your team come in and share negative. That's messed up. That's not your business. That's not their business that they're messing up. It's your business. But think about that if you were to happen by accident, do that to somebody else. Because it does happen. It's if somebody comes up to you and they're going to be a little bit negative, or they're going to be a little bit maybe not conducive to a team environment, try to flip the script. Try to turn that into more of a problem solving. Point them to their coach. Point them to their upline, somebody that's going to be able to help them solve it. Don't be the person to solve it for them. Speak life into them, and then turn them around and say, hey, let's go talk to, I'll use this example. Let's go talk to Sean and Kayla. Let's go talk to Anthony and Callan. Let's celebrate the wins even more when they're smaller than when they're bigger. Because big wins always get recognized no matter what. The small wins that you have is maybe, even if you struggle with having a good attitude, maybe you struggle and you've been in the position where you've been the cause of friendly fire, maybe that day that you go to a GE and you were positive and you go to your upline afterwards and say, hey, did you notice a difference in my attitude? Yes or no? And they say, yeah, and you're like, that's my win. Say, I was working on that. I've struggled with that. I commend Darian because that's one of the things he's consciously focused on, is being a person that is known for a great attitude. Are you that person? Are you that person for your organization? Are you that person for your coach? And I know that it's easy to get wrapped up in all the different things that are out there externally. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, indifferent, up, down, all around, doesn't matter. What matters is that in this room, we are independent business owners that are here to help inspire people to take more action, not slow them down. So you got to ask yourself, what is your attitude doing for your team today? What is your attitude doing for the team today? And most importantly, probably, is what is your attitude doing for yourself? Do you have a first aid kit that when you start to get into that rut, into that feeling of not having the best attitude, do you have something that you can go to? Maybe it's a playlist. Maybe it's a workout, or maybe it's with your growing up on your coach, the person that's going to be out there to help you. Because friendly fire is going to hurt those that are supposed to be your support system. Friendly fire is also going to hurt yourself, your internal self, more than just the organization. You're going to have to dilute it more and more and more and more and more the more that you start to go down that rabbit hole of having a bad attitude. And like I said before, I believe that having a good attitude will make you have better belief in your business and in yourself, which will then lead you to be able to populate a team better, which will lead you to develop a better customer base to make sure that you're reaching that 60% VCS. I think that the better attitude and will cause that belief, which will help propel your business forward. Can I say that you're definitely going to have all the success in the world? No, I can't say that at all. But what I can say is, why not try? Yes. What if? What if a better attitude is the thing that you needed to move your business forward? So love you guys. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great night.
This is a copyrighted program of The Collective, powered by Marker Man Productions, affiliated with Markernet Incorporated. Duplication of this program is strictly prohibited. While the techniques and approaches suggested have worked for others, no one can guarantee that these techniques and approaches will work for you. In addition, we want to emphasize that success in this business does not come without hard work. For existing IBOs only, not for use with prospects.